Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to give you the skinny on fats. Thought you guys would like that one. I got to say, though, if there's anything that is misunderstood when it comes to losing weight and getting healthy, it is fat. There's low-fat products everywhere. The problem is this: your brain is made out of about 60% fat, and fat is part of every human cell. They are super important. Today, you're going to learn which ones make us sick and fat, and which ones help us get clean, balanced, energize the body. So essentially, we're going to talk about good versus bad sources. We're going to talk about the whole omega-3, 6, 9 thing, and ultimately which fats are a critical part of not just losing weight, but feeling amazing. Incredibly, the right type of fat will actually improve joint health, brain health, decrease your risk from heart disease, lower inflammation. To sum it up, the fat you eat affects you literally at a cellular level. So today we're going to learn, why do we need them? What are the best sources? Good versus bad fats. Again, the whole omega-3, 6, 9 thing, which can be kind of confusing. I'll simplify it all for you. And ultimately, why fats are probably your best friend in this adventure. So what is fat exactly? Well, fat is a macronutrient along with carbohydrates and proteins. While carbohydrates and proteins have about 4 calories per gram, fats have 9, so it's a concentrated source of energy. Unfortunately, this gives them a bad rap. But once we're done today with this short video, you'll understand why they are so important. So getting back to the basics, again, every cell in your body needs fat, and you have to consume it in your diet for your cells to get it. 60% of your brain is made of fat. A great advantage of fat is it doesn't spike insulin at all. It also satisfies your appetite, and it is critical for hormone production and regulation. This is where a lot of people get into trouble because they're eating low-fat diets and or the bad fats. Unfortunately, that makes it difficult for your body to produce and manage hormone production. So we start getting symptoms like low testosterone, menopause-type symptoms, which make a lot of people miserable these days. And the right fats can really go a long way toward preventing that. So what are the right fats? Glad you asked. Fats are basically broken down into 2 categories: good versus bad. Good fats include saturated fats, unsaturated fats, which are further broken down into poly and mono. And honestly, guys, don't let this confuse you. It's really simple. Again, if you eat according to the book, you'll have no problem getting all the good fats in. Bad fats are trans fats. These are basically man-made fats. Essentially what man did was take an oil and hydrogenate it, so you might hear the term hydrogenated fats, so that the oil becomes a solid at room temperature, and basically it lasts longer that way, so it sort of preserves the fat. Unfortunately, your body hates it. You'll mostly find trans fats in processed foods, and since you're not eating any, you really don't have to worry too much about this. But sources typically include things like frozen pizza, microwave popcorn, basically the junk stuff. So let's talk about the first good fat. That's saturated fats. Saturated fats have gotten a bad rap, but all the research out there basically is showing that they really do not cause heart disease and all the things they've been blamed on. So some sources of saturated fats, which again are a good fat, include things like chicken, turkey, avocados, coconut oil. So I don't think you should need to steer clear of these at all. Don't worry about them in cholesterol, etc. In fact, sugars have more to do with increasing bad cholesterol and clogging arteries than these fats do. The next category of fats are unsaturated fats. And those, again, are broken down into polyunsaturated and monounsaturated. In the polyunsaturated category, you have omega-3 and omega-6 fats. In the monounsaturated category, you have omega-9 fats. Don't worry too much about this. Just think of one thing when it comes to unsaturated fats. Most people have a whole lot more omega-6 fats in their diet than omega-3 fats. In fact, we tend to get about 15 times more omega-6 fats, which is not good. What this does is it creates inflammation. And inflammation is linked to pretty much everything from heart disease and cancer to dementia, Alzheimer's, you name it, it's probably got a root in inflammation if it's bad. So what does this mean? Basically, you want to increase your omega-3 fats. By the way, that's why we avoid a lot of nuts and seeds on the program, because while they're not unhealthy, they mostly tend to contain omega-6 fats, which is what most people are having way too much of anyway. So we want to increase omega-3 fats. Other sources of omega-6 fats, by the way, include soybean oil, corn oil, safflower oil, cashews. And again, most of the processed foods we eat contain either trans fats or omega-6 fats, and that's why we need to limit them. So, omega-3 fats, let's get rolling. The challenge with omega-3 fats, honestly, is it's a little more difficult to get them in your diet. Fish, particularly fatty fish, by the way, is by far the best source. If you can eat sardines, go for it. I love sardines. I have them very often. You can get them at Costco even. They are full of omega-3 fats. Other sources include salmon, cod, tuna, even mackerel. There are some good plant sources. Flax seeds, walnuts, chia seeds, and of course supplementing with omega-3 fats. We have an awesome source here. You can find it other places also. I'm a big fan of wild-caught salmon oil. People also ask me about krill oil, which you can do. It actually works really good. The problem is it's quite a bit more expensive, and there's a lot more positive research on salmon oil versus krill oil. As far as the flax seeds and chia seeds, I would very highly recommend grinding them up. I would suggest get a little coffee grinder, like at Walmart or somewhere, and just grind them up, sprinkle them on salads, put them in any of your meals, really. I mean, they're a great source, again, of omega-3 fatty acids and fiber. And then you don't have to eat as many sardines, which will probably make all your friends and family pretty happy. I'm going to talk briefly about trans fats, but just know this, avoid it at all costs. Again, they increase inflammation, they increase bad cholesterol, they lower good cholesterol, they clog arteries. Again, some sources, microwave popcorn, frozen pizza, margarine is basically just a trans fat, French fries, donuts, fried chicken, rolls, biscuits, they're all full of trans fats. Again, avoid at all costs. How about which fats should we cook with? That's a common question. What you're interested when it comes to this is knowing what the smoke point of the fat is. The smoke point is the temperature at which the fat really goes bad or becomes rancid. The higher the temperature, the better. And you can Google the smoke point of different things. Butter, coconut oil, refined avocado oil have high smoke points, so I would suggest cooking with those. Grapeseed oil also has a pretty high smoke point. Low smoke points are things like olive oil, which is super healthy to eat. I just wouldn't recommend cooking with it. So to sum it up, as far as fats go, fat is absolutely your friend. You'll be getting a lot of your calories in the form of fats. Fish, flaxseed, chia seeds are good sources of omega-3 fats, and we definitely want to keep those high. Also, look for salad dressings that have omega-3 fats in them also. If, again, you're eating according to the program, you don't have to worry too much about this. We give you the best brands out there. Be sure you cook with high smoke point fats. About 30 to 50% of your calories will likely come from fats, particularly during veggie days, where almost all your calories are going to come from fats. So you might have to put extra salad dressing, stir fry your veggies in lots of good healthy fats or butter, etc. You just want to make sure you get enough calories during veggie days. And again, the only way to really do that is basically to smother your vegetables with good healthy fats. When was the last time someone said that to you? Now, you don't want to overdo it, so definitely measure how much fat you're eating during those days. But that is your main source of calories, so make sure you're getting enough.